Serana. It seems like it was a long journey to get here, but we finally arrived.
I'm no fan of the sun.
Yes. Now let's see if Dexion isn't as crazy as he sounds. Can't believe we're here in this cave chasing moths.
Not very impressive, is it? If this ends up being a wasted trip, your friend Dexion and I are going to have some words when we get back.
You'll have to get in line behind me, Serana. Let's see. Alright, Dexion, where's your magic moths that are going to let us read the scroll? Something about this place, though. Ah. Serana, we can cross on the fallen tree branch here, the tree trunk. Yes. As I was saying, there's something about this place. It's something very peaceful. Oh my. Serana, look at this.
This must be the place. Wow. Look at this place. No one's been here in centuries. I doubt there's any other place like it in Skyrim. It's beautiful.
It is. I'll admit I find myself rather at a loss for words. There was one other place like this that I traveled to once. It was the Elder Gleam's Sanctuary, I think they called it. It's where I found the sapling that replaced the Gildergleam in Whiterun. You know the tree in the center there? But this is different. This place is sacred. There's magic here beyond... It's beyond my comprehension. Here. This must be the knife that... Serana, Dexion was right.
Well, we got the knife. Now all we need to do is track down one of those canticle trees.
I think this tree here, this must be it. Forgive me, but... There.
Hope the moths like that bark as much as Dexion said they would.
Only one way to find out. Serana, do you really think we can do this?
Dexion didn't really give us a lot to go on, did he?
No. Let's just see if the moths...
Look at them. They've definitely taken a liking to you.
That tickles.
Unless I'm seeing things, you're starting to glimmer.
Did you say that I'm glimmering? I must admit, I do feel rather strange. It appears as though all I have to do is pass near them and they're... Serana, they're drawn to me. I don't know what to say. This is ancient magic indeed. It's nothing I could teach at the college. This shield is old. I had to say, I date it to the first Altmer Dominion. No, they certainly don't make them like these anymore, do they? Look at all the moths, Serana, there. They're circling around me. Never seen anything like this. They must keep to this cavern alone.
Whoa. I think that might have been what we were waiting for.
Huh?
Let's head back up there and see if we can read the scrolls.
All right. Oh. Oh. I should just stand here in this pillar of light. Serana, I don't know if I can do this.
Nervous?
I must admit that I am. Well, there's only one way to find out if this will work. All right, here goes. Serana! I must look one more time. Serana?
Are you okay? Almost thought I lost you there. You went as white as the snow.
Don't worry, Serana. I'm fine. It felt strange, but never mind that. It worked.
After everything we've been through, it'd damn well better work. What about Auri-El's bow? Do you know where we can find it?
It's at a place called Darkfall Cave.
Then it's almost over. We can finally put an end to this ridiculous prophecy. Where is this Darkfall Cave?
I don't know if you believe me, but the scroll gave me its exact location.
Then let's get going. I want to get there before my father has a chance to track us down.
Right. All right. Follow me, Serana. You know, it's funny, I still feel rather strange. The scroll has given me... Serana, someone's here.
Who's there?
I knew it. Somehow they tracked us. I don't know how they followed us here, Serana. Be careful. We can't give up.
I'm not gonna die like this.
We've come too far. What? Gargoyles. Just like the ones at Volokar Castle. Serana, these assassins were sent by your father! I think that was the last of them. If they could track us here, we must make haste. No, there's no other way in or out. Bit of gold. These coins are very similar to the ones in use today. I have a feeling someone's been here within the last 1,000 years, though I know not who. Alright, let me consult my map. Amazing that such an artifact would be in Skyrim and it would have been undiscovered for so long. So we have to go north. Amazing. Serana, watch your step. I think the best way is to try and slip down the face of this mountain. If I'm not mistaken, we're just above Falkreath. Perhaps we could stop there. As much as I'd love a mead, I'm afraid we have no time. I'm almost sure that Darkfall Cave is just around this bend. Oh, it's so funny. The scroll not only told me the location, it also showed me a perfect vision of the entrance of the cave. I know as soon as I set eyes on it, I'll know. I'll know that we're in the right place. Yes, this path. I've seen this path. Serana, this is it. Darkfall Cave. Serana? I'm sure she'll be right along. Forgive me, but I don't need any giant spiders sneaking up on us.
Who's there? I knew I heard something.
I have a feeling that we'll be exiting from that way later on. Call it a hunch, but let's see.
Keep your eyes open, dear.
That's a long way down. Careful on the bridge, Serana. I don't see any way out of here. Appears as though someone was here mining not long ago, but... Ah! Oh, by Auri-El! Oh, it can't end like this! Okay. Serana, are you alright? That was a nasty fall.
Who's there?
Oh, no broken bones? Oh, just a couple of scrapes. Alright. I have a feeling that this is why no one's found the bow in so long. Who would jump off that bridge willingly? Amazing. If anyone was following us into this cave, I'm sure they'd think that we were dead. What's this? Looks like a Breton. Serana, this body couldn't have been here longer than a month or two.
Why would anyone want to set it?
The better question is, who set that trap? Oh, a note. Let's see what it says. Sister, I know that you'll come find me, but it will be too late. If you find this letter, get out of this forsaken cave as soon as possible. We were fools to think we could live so close to such creatures and live peacefully. I should have headed back to camp with you after we placed the torches down here. I thought these trolls would be different, that they would somehow understand that we didn't want to hurt them. I am now cornered, and it's only a matter of time before one of the trolls decides to finish me off. I hope it's a quick death. Farewell, my dear sister. The lesson here, Serana, is that we should beware of trolls. If it's been a few months since they last ate, well, I can only imagine that they'll be quite glad to see us. Serana, do you have to animate spiders? Scare the absolute oblivion out of me. Now, watch your steps, Serana. There could be another trap. Oh dear. I probably should have used a mage light. Sorry. I mean, she's already dead. How could she be hurt? Am I wrong, or? What is this?
Did you hear something?
I think we found those trolls.
Who's there?
I'm having a hard time making this shot.
Who's there?
There. One down. I see at least two. Oh. I had that one. Got him. Well, that was two. Is that it? By Auri-El. It can't be. It's the symbol of Auri-El, but is that an Altmer? Oh, the skin's too white.
Come forward. You have nothing to fear here.
I feel some kind of power.
Who are you?
I am Knight Paladin Gelabor. Welcome to the Great Chantry of Auri-El.
Great Chantry. This cave is a temple to Auri-El.
Auri-El, Auri-El, Alkosh, Akatosh, so many different names for the sovereign of the Snow Elves.
Snow Elves, you're a Falmer?
I prefer Snow Elf. The name Falmer usually holds a negative meaning to most travelers.
Of course.
Those twisted creatures you call Falmer, I call the Betrayed.
I'm sorry, Gelabor, I meant no disrespect. I'm Koriguma from Somerset. I have so many questions, but for now, I can only imagine that you must know why we're here.
Of course. You're here for Auri-El's bow. Why else would you be here? I can help you get it, but first, I must have your assistance.
My brother, of course. What type of assistance can I offer you? There's nothing I would not do for Auri-El.
I need you to kill Archcurate Vertha, my brother.
Kill your brother? Setting aside for a moment the implication that there are other snow elves, I must ask, why?
The kinship between us is gone. I don't understand what he's become, but he's no longer the brother I once knew. It was the betrayed. They did something to him. I just don't know why Auri-El would allow this to happen.
I can't imagine. What exactly did the betrayed do?
They swept into the Chantry without warning, and began killing everyone without pause.
Oh, forgive me, Galibor, but they're not that strong. Didn't you fight back?
The Chantry was a place of peaceful worship. I led a small group of paladins, but we were no match for the betrayed's sheer numbers. They slaughtered everyone, and stormed the inner sanctum, where I believe they corrupted Vertha.
Galibor, forgive me, but how can you be certain your brother still draws breath?
He's alive. I've seen him, but something's wrong. He never looks as though he's in pain or under duress. He just stands there and watches, as though waiting.
Creepy. Have you tried getting into the, inner sanctum?
Leaving the way shrines unguarded would be violating my sacred duty as a knight paladin of Auri-El, and an assault on the betrayed guarding the inner sanctum would only end with my death.
I see the predicament. Galibor, tell me more about these way shrines.
Yes, let me show you.
Anything I've ever seen.
This structure is known as a way shrine. They were used for meditation and for transport when the Chantry was a place of enlightenment.
I see.
Prelates of these shrines were charged with teaching the mantras of Auri-El to our initiates.
What's that basin in the center signify?
Once the initiate completed his mantras, he'd dip a ceremonial ewer in the basin at the way shrine's center and proceed to the next way shrine.
So these initiates had to lug around a heavy pitcher of water. Marvelous. How long would they have to do that?
Well, once the initiate's enlightenment was complete, he'd bring the ewer to the Chantry's inner sanctum. Pouring the contents of the ewer into the sacred basin of the sanctum would allow him to enter for an audience with the Archcurate himself.
All that just to end up dumping it out? Makes no sense to me.
It's symbolic. I don't expect you to understand.
So, let's get this straight. We need to do all that nonsense to get into the temple so we can kill your brother and claim Auri-El's bow.
I know how it all sounds. But if there was another way, I'd have done it long ago. The only way to get to my brother is by following in the initiate's footsteps and traveling from way shrine to way shrine, just as they did. The first lay at the end of Darkfall Passage, a cavern that represents the absence of enlightenment.
I see. Tell me, how many more way shrines are there?
There are 5 in total, spread far apart across the Chantry.
Oh, if that's so, then these caves must be massive.
Caves? Oh no. The Chantry encompasses far more than a few caves, as you'll soon discover. But before I send you on your way, you'll need the initiate's ewer.
I understand, so I need to fill this at each way shrine.
Once you've located a way shrine, there'll be a spectral prelate tending to it. They will allow you to draw the waters from the shrine's basin, as if you've been enlightened.
Oh, I trust this shall be most enlightening. I'll be off then.
This may be the last time we're able to converse. If you have any questions before you leave, I suggest you ask them. Otherwise, all I can do now is grant you my hopes for a safe journey.
Galibor.
Questions? I expected as much.
I don't know when I'll have another opportunity like this. Please, tell me about the Snow Elves, before they were betrayed.
We were once a wealthy and prosperous society that occupied a portion of Skyrim. Unfortunately, we were constantly at war with the Nords, who claimed the land as their ancestral home.
Oh, it pains me to think that the Nords won.
In a manner of speaking. We had always maintained an uneasy alliance with the underground-dwelling dwarves, and when faced with extinction, we turned to them for help. Surprisingly, they agreed to protect us, but demanded a terrible price. The blinding of our race.
No. Everyone couldn't have possibly agreed to that.
There were splinter groups that resisted the agreement, and even some that sought alternate alliances. But when it was all said and done, those elves were either slaughtered, vanished, or gave up and took the dwarves' bargain.
It seems as though many of you had no choice. Tell me, what actually turned your people into the betrayed?
I've often asked myself that very same question. The blinding of my race was supposedly accomplished with a toxin. Certainly not enough to devolve them into the sad and twisted beings they've become.
I've delved deep into many Dwemer ruins and wept at what your people have become. Let me ask, why weren't the Snow Elves here affected?
The Chantry is quite isolated, so it took some time for word of the dwarves' offer to reach us here. By the time the compact had been completed, it was too late for us to even attempt to intervene.
I see. That would explain why you were able to retain your sight.
Correct. We only numbered perhaps 100 at the time, so our presence remained a secret to the dwarves and the Nords. Ironically, our undoing came at the hands of our own people.
You mean the betrayed?
Yes. They swarmed the Chantry in vast numbers until we were completely overrun. We never really stood a chance. I assumed that the Archcurate was corrupted by them when they found a way to breach the inner sanctum.
Galabor, could there be others here, like you?
Verther and myself are the only two Snow Elves that remain.
Tell me, who are the spectral prelates who you mentioned before?
They're ghosts of the Snow Elf priests that tended the way shrines before being slaughtered by the betrayed. Through the grace of Auri-El, they were restored to their spectral form to enable them to continue their duties.
I see. If they're at all sentient, then they should be able to help us.
I'm afraid in their current form, they still believe the Chantry to be an active center of worship. They won't respond to you in any way other than believing that you're an initiate and you're undertaking the journey to the inner sanctum.
In many ways, I suppose I am an initiate. Galabor, tell me more about this Chantry of Auri-El.
This is, or was, the epicenter of our religion. Most of the Snow Elf people worshipped Auri-El. The Chantry was constructed near the beginning of the First Era to provide a retreat for those that wish to become enlightened.
I'm sorry, but you say most Snow Elves?
Our empire had temples to some of the other deities. Trinimac, Ciribane, Y'ffre, and Finister rounded out the rest. But those temples paled in comparison to the glory of the Chantry and its way shrines.
As it should be, Galabor. Glory be to Auri-El. So these way shrines, they are part of the Chantry, then?
Oh yes. They were an important part of the process here. They represented the steps the initiates took on the path to total enlightenment. Sadly, the magic used to construct these wonders were lost long before I arrived here.
I've found in my experience that magic thought lost to the ages has a way of resurfacing when the time is right. Thank you, Galabor.
May Auri-El light your path.
And yours. Serana, let's travel together and put an end to this.
Questions? I expected as much.
If you'll forgive me, there's so few opportunities to pray to Auri-El here in Skyrim. If you'll give me a moment. Auri-El, bless our journey. Help us stop Serana's father and rid his evil from Skyrim. And if you can, continue to protect Galabor, for he's doing your work. I'm ready. With Auri-El's blessing and your help, we can put a stop to this once and for all. Galabor, I pray that our paths cross once more.
Questions? I expected as much.
No more questions. I only wish my father was here to see you.
May Auri-El light your path.
And yours.